last month I came to London, I came to the most requested, or at least acknowledged, dangerous place in London. So many people had told me to come to Croydon, and I checked it out, and indeed, that place had problems. But in the comments to that video, many of you said, Wendell, Croydon's not the most dangerous place, there's many other dangerous places. So I asked you, I said in a poll, okay, I'll come back, what is the most dangerous, what's the roughest place in London? And you guys unanimously voted in a poll for the Tower Hamlets borough of London. So I've come back, I've invited a friend, because if it's as dangerous and rough as you tell me, then I'm going to need some protection. We're stronger as a pack of two. So we're on the tube, we're going to get off here at Bethnal Green, the start of the Tower Hamlets borough. We're going to meet our mate for the day, and we're going to have a lad's day out in the roughest borough in London. Let's go. Straight out of the Bethnal Green tube station, and I'm met by closed roads with police line. I'll show you that in a second. But first of all, I want to introduce you to my security for the day. This is Danny from the YouTube channel Honest Places. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring some muscle along with me, some northern muscle to keep me safe. What's going on here?
Well, that was a nice start. Police cross line here, so I'll see what's kicking off here.
Let's see what's going on.
All right.
How are you? You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Bethnal Green like?
I don't know what happened there. I want to go this way. I'm shopping there. I am thinking maybe they want to catch the people who are the illegal people, maybe like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking, because if you go this way, they'll ask your details, where you live,
Okay.
yeah, everything,
Yeah.
your date of birth, everything.
I'm all above board, mate. I'm not illegal, so
No.
I'll see what's going on down here. I've come straight out of the tube station, and you've closed the road on me, so that's an ominous sign. Something's definitely kicking off.
I hope something's kicking off.
So Danny, check his channel out. It's called Honest Places. He goes around Britain. He goes to some of the rougher states, rougher towns, and he goes to the pubs that probably you and maybe me are scared to visit. And he goes in there, has a pint, and shows you what the places are like. Can you tell me what's going on?
I can't say much at the minute. It's not been released to the media, but
Okay.
yeah, it's just an incident that happened last night.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like a violent crime incident, or?
It's just an incident.
An
That's
incident.
all we can say at the minute. Yeah.
You're very good at keeping your information to yourself. What's the area like? Like, is it safe in general?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's a good little area. I quite like Tower Hamlets personally.
Okay, mate.
Like you say, it's very diverse. Like you say, you have got like little snippets. Thank you very much. Little snippets, obviously, where you get your gangs or whatever. But you're going to get that all over London. You know, each part is completely different.
That's what I want to see.
So-
I want to compare and
So you
contrast.
can go over to like the Isle of Dogs, which still comes under Tower Hamlets, and it's like all the tall high rise for like all the business, like all the suits and boots go up there, and then obviously you got down here. That's just obviously your everyday person, but that's more like that's like a little mini central London. But as soon as you step on the Isle of Dogs, it feels like a different place, but it still comes under Tower Hamlets.
Yep.
So there's like quite a few different places to like that. That's one minute you're in Tower Hamlets, it's like a normal street that you'd say is your everyday street, and then you just cross the road and then you're into like big tower blocks, and which I find quite interesting personally. Tower Hamlets is made up quite a lot of Bangladesh community.
Yeah.
And then you go over to Stoke Newington, and you've got like a totally different ethnic group over there, and it's, I love it.
So it's a massive cultural melting pot.
Massive, it's brilliant.
What do you think, Danny? Straight out the tube station, closed streets everywhere, serious incidents that they can't tell us anything about. Is this an ominous sign for our visit to Tower Hamlets?
Yeah, I felt safer in the States, in Hull, to be fair. And they're pretty ropey. But first time in London, yeah, it's not a great start, but that's what you get when you go to rough areas, I suppose, isn't it?
It smells like Amsterdam round here for the lack of smell-o-vision. Yeah, we haven't got the best weather forecast for today's filming session, but we've got a break, quite a decent break in the rain at the moment.
It's just a great excuse to get into a pub, innit, when it rains.
It's a bit early at the moment, mate.
It's never too early.
Will they be open?
Tesco and get a few cans of Stella, be alright.
Jeez. This really is a lad's day out in London's roughest borough. Danny, mate, all this vlogging in Tower Hamlets is making me hungry. But unfortunately, there aren't many places to eat apart from kebab shops and fried chicken. Looks like we're going to have a kebab, mate.
Let's get it done.
Now, as you know, I'm on a one-man mission to document what real life is like here in Britain, and doing so, I clock up the miles on the motorways and railways of this once great nation. When I'm on the road, I'm constantly eating takeaways, meal deals, and at chain restaurants. This is not good for old Wendell's health, so it's important when I get back home that I eat tasty, well-balanced and nutritious meals, and that's why I use HelloFresh. It's a quality meal subscription service that helps with your daily routine and meal planning. Their recipes bring variety, inspiration and convenience to your kitchen. HelloFresh helps me keep things exciting, offering over 100 different recipes every month, including this fragrant, spiced Indonesian style chicken curry. Look at that chicken and beans sizzling away. Yum, 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 yum. Pasidochi on the left hand side. If you're in a hurry, like I am today, then you can choose meals that are really quick to prepare. This Indonesian chicken curry literally takes 15 minutes to get ready. It's sauce o'clock, baby. Who's feeling saucy? Exotic milks. HelloFresh makes home cooking simple and affordable. You've got these easy to follow recipe cards, and it starts at just £3.15 a serving. This Ruby Murray is fresh, zingy, full of flavour. It's absolutely banging. Magnifique. Get 60% off your first box, 20% off the next 2 months, and free desserts for life when you use code HelloWendell at hellofresh.co.uk/HelloWendell. At over 34%, Tower Hamlets has the largest percentage Bangladeshi population in England and Wales, and at nearly 40%, the largest population of Muslims in an area in England and Wales. And you can see here, underneath the Palestinian flag, showing support to the cause of the Palestinians, that the street names are repeated in Bengali as well, which tells you how much of a Bangladeshi area this is. I made a video a month ago in Croydon, and a lot of people, because there's a lot of knife crime in Croydon and things like that,
it's a really rough area.
a lot of people said Croydon's not that rough. I thought it was quite rough. And then they said, you want to check out Tower Hamlets because there's a lot of crime there and it's rough.
I think it depends who you are, for example. So you guys might not experience something I might. Maybe the way I look or the way I come across is like you'd attract different sort of people, if that makes sense. Like I could walk through somewhere and people my age might think, but with you guys, maybe because like it could be anything, dress, the fact you're not round here, might not treat you like that the same way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because even though I live here, I don't get treated with complete respect. Does that make sense? To be honest with you guys, I felt like an outcast most of my life around here as well. I don't want to get into the race side of things, but I feel like a minority around here. I feel like my rights have never been put first as a British citizen. That's just how I feel. I've always been second best living around here.
Yeah.
And that's just...
It's a constant struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the area, to my understanding's got like nearly a 40% Muslim population.
Yeah.
Is that about accurate, what I've read?
Yeah, it's... To be honest with you, I would probably say higher, but it isn't genuinely a bad thing. People like us feel outcasted a lot of the time because we don't have the same traditions as them, I've met many Muslim people that are lovely, but I also feel like their way of life is a little bit different to our way of life, if that makes sense.
Of course, yeah.
Their beliefs, and I guess it kind of clashes with ours. And
do you think there's some friction in the society
a lot
between
of
the
friction.
communities sometimes?
Yeah, like I watched someone from Manchester that does a similar sort of thing. I'm guessing you guys are all there.
Charlie Veitch?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm not as full on as Charlie Veitch, but we all know who he is, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the reason I decided to stop to speak to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's someone I'd go home and watch over night time. And
it's just real life, real people. So many people make content that is sugar-coated.
Yeah.
You know, there's no narrative to what I do.
Yeah.
I just walk up to people on the street. This is real Britain in 2024. Yeah. If I see somebody just knocking around, obviously this precinct is shut today because it's a bank holiday. Well, I'll come and talk to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People told me that this was a really rough, dangerous borough of London. Do you think that's an accurate thing?
To be honest with you, I would say yes, but we can all make personal decisions that affect that, if that makes sense. So there's things that we could all do to stop that, if that makes sense. As I said, I feel like I might have more trouble than you guys because I've grew up around here, my face is a bit more known, and as I said, I feel like the way I dress and whatnot brings a sort of the way you come across, even tattoos and things like that. Some people don't agree with that sort of stuff, but I think it is more based on who you are, to be honest with you. Like, I could have someone my age that I grew up with, as I do have mates around here, and they haven't gone through half the stuff that I've basically gone through around here, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you've had a bit of like a rough journey to this point?
I'm not going to get into things.
But don't expect you to, but...
Things have been rough. And yeah, I'd admit more so because I feel like I am a minority, so it is a bit more of a struggle than if I grew up in another borough. I feel like you could mix, I could fit in more, and I don't really want to get into it, but as you guys probably know, I'd find it harder to find accommodation to someone maybe that has just brought a child into the world, or I think the way the
that's a fair point, mate.
The way people base what do you call it? You see how housing it has they do it based on who's more in need, I guess you could say. I think the way the country does that is slightly unfair as well. Slightly. I don't like bringing country or race into it. I do feel me being a British citizen, I've always been put second.
Look how friendly the locals are here in Tower Hamlets. This young lady has offered her umbrella because Danny is looking a little bit moist under there.
I've got a hood, but I just can't be bothered.
Only some of us.
That way, and down the alley down there. Yeah, do you live around here, do you? Yeah. What's it like as an area? I'm making a video. People told me it was a really dangerous place to come, that it's a rough borough. Is that true?
It can be as rough as anywhere can be. Do you know what I mean, guys? Yeah, I was born and bred around there as well.
Okay, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Tower Hamlets is a very dangerous place, a very poor borough, yeah, but very good people as well. Do you know what I mean?
Very diverse borough, high Muslim population as well.
Yeah.
Have you seen it change a lot over the years?
No, because we've grown up and we've grown up alongside Muslims, and to be honest with you, I've never seen really a problem like in that way. You know what I mean?
Okay, mate.
We've got along pretty fine around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe before our generation it was a bit different, because I know they had a lot of problems, you know what I mean, with a lot of racism back then, but when we grew up it was a lot different, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So how would you sum up Tower Hamlets, like in a nutshell, 2024?
Well, I'd say that it's a lot better than probably it was, like, as in with people for each other now, but it's still poor, still rough.
Walking down Whitechapel Road, the Whitechapel markets here are incredibly vibrant, buzzing. You don't see this, Danny, in many of the smaller towns I go to around the country, especially when you go up north. A lot of the markets are dying off.
I try and go to these more than Tesco and stuff like that. Cheaper, and it's always fresher, and you're sporting local, aren't you?
Yeah. One thing that is good about the multicultural communities here in London is the vibrancy of the street sellers, street food, small shops, and so many market stalls you can see down Whitechapel Road here. So this is the Blind Beggar pub, which is the infamous Craze pub. I'm looking at Danny as I say this. This is the infamous pub where, is it Reggie or Ronnie?
Mate, I should know by now.
One of the Craze shot somebody in the head, in the bonds, in that pub. And Danny went in there yesterday. He says that it's still quite a dingy pub.
Mate, it's ropey, so
ropey.
You need to get back in there.
You actually said it was a bit of a shithole, didn't you?
Oh, mate, it's grim inside. It's probably the grimmest one I've done on my whole pub visits.
You're joking me? You've been to some grim pubs?
Been to estate pubs, everything. That it's like, honestly, it's like I'm surprised there's still like blood on the floor. The place I've seen them all. When it opens, we're at about 11:20 now. When it opens later on, we'll pop in and show you the dingiest pub that Honest Places has ever visited. What's it like as a place to live, like in general?
Depends, doesn't it? I mean, you keep yourself to yourself, it's like anywhere else, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, yeah.
People told me it was a bit of a rough borough.
It is, yeah.
Is that the truth, yeah?
Homeless people and all that shit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Do you feel safe living here?
Sometimes not, no.
So you can see here, folks, that people told me that Tower Hamlets is the roughest borough in London, when it is right next to the City of London. You've got the old gherkin there. Old Wendell has never seen the gherkin in the flesh before. I was actually a little bit excited for a second when I saw it.
Which one's Alan Sugar's one?
Hey?
Is Alan Sugar's in the gherkin, isn't he?
Is he in there now?
I don't know. I know he's in one of the top buildings.
I bet you he don't come down the Bengal markets, mate. Danny, I've spotted a dodgy pub.
100%, yeah.
Supreme content for Honest Places. The Manor Arms, folks. To be honest, we've been traipsing around all day.
around these pretty grim parts of East London, I think it's about time for a pint in a dodgy pub. Let's do it.
Just walk straight down here, mate.
That's what I'm doing, checking out the area, isn't it? So what's the name of this wonderful community pub we're in, my love?
The Manor Arms.
Manor Arms.
Also known as Bum Daddies.
So a real community pub,
Yes,
like a
yeah,
real community
community
vibe.
pub,
What's the
yes.
community like? Good sense of togetherness.
To certain customers.
Certain customers. Is this the best Guinness in the area, mate?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It looks fantastic. Where are you from in Ireland, mate?
Whitechapel.
Okay, yeah, so you know a good pint.
Yeah.
That's the best looking pint I've seen in London yet.
Yeah.
And I had bloody Stella. Jesus, I should have had the Guinness.
Knock a few.
Look at that. Perfect domage.
See, just above the harp.
So when you take a swig, you've got to, what is it, you've got to split the G or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, but a good pint of Guinness, yeah? It's always above the harp, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
The head.
You want a lot of head though, don't you? You know, but like,
No, you
you
don't
want
want
the
a lot of
creaminess.
head. You're not getting the point, do you?
Yeah, but you want the creaminess still. You want the viscosity, that's what you want.
Yeah, yeah, but that's a good pint. Above the head, above the harp. Gotta be 10 mil, you know?
Looks good to me, mate.
Yeah.
That is perfect domage, no spilling, but the rising
Well, it
down.
hasn't settled yet, but it will.
I stay all day and then you can hear, especially them Guinnesses.
Should we just sack off the content and just sit in there drinking them Guinness?
Easier to do, isn't it? Easy, yeah, 100%.
It's a thing of beauty, mate.
Yes.
Look at that. I've never spoken
Like
about a pint
myself.
of Guinness for, like you, mate. I've never spoken about a pint of Guinness for 2 minutes on my channel before. The Manor Arms. Rated out of 10, mate.
Out of 10, I don't like giving stuff 10 out of 10 just for the sake of giving stuff 10 out of 10.
Just do it for my channel.
I'll give it an 8.
An 8? Yeah.
An 8.
I think I'll give it a 7.5.
I'll tell you what, it'll probably be a 9 if we got the Guinness. We should have got the Guinness.
Go to the Manor Arms, get yourself a Guinness. It's fantastic.
Seen many of the activities like shoplifting activities, and some of them has turned quite worse. This area one of the safest as compared to the other areas, because I have seen heard about some of the incidents in the Whitechapel or those sort of areas.
But are you born and bred round here, right?
Yeah.
What's life like here in Tower Hamlets?
I've been there all my life, so...
Yeah. I've been walking round and I don't think it's rough at all. You know, it's very mixed, very multicultural, very eclectic.
Yeah, it's fine, mate. It's
but good people.
Safe as houses around there.
Safe as houses. Danny,
yeah.
The Crown, what do you think?
Well, it's got a flat roof.
What's wrong with that?
Well, apparently I never knew this until recently. You should never drink in a flat roof pub.
Who told you that?
Everyone on the comments.
Really? What's the science behind that?
No idea.
Never drink in a flat roof pub.
Yeah. In a state, it's always been a flat roof.
I don't even look at the roofs of buildings.
I never used to anymore, but now I do. It starts to annoy me now. It's open though.
It's open, we've got to go in, mate. Saloon bar, come on. Let's have half, mate. Danny's a card only man.
Yeah.
He's a modern...
I'm in debt to you already.
Modern man, yeah. I'm bankrolling this little lad's day out in the Tower Hamlets area of London.
It's an odd one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a local place for local people. And the fact that we're wandering around waving cameras everywhere means that we're definitely not local people. Danny,
told you.
Your viewers are right. Never drink in a pub with a flat roof. I'm going to take that to the grave. Never drink in a pub with a flat roof. On to the next one. On the lad's day out in Tower Hamlets. Let's go.
Ready for this one?
Yeah, we were recommended by the chap that we spoke to, Shadwell, just on the precinct there, that this is a rough pub. Let's check it out, mate. This is what you do. You're leading. Why do you choose this pub, mate, the Hungerford Arms?
Because I chat with people, and you've got good atmosphere, and the beer's cheap, and you can't get more friendly people.
Yeah, you like good proper pubs, proper atmosphere, real people. What's the area of Tower Hamlets like in general?
It's like any good, bad.
Yeah, it's a complete mix of...
It's a mix.
Like all sorts of people and all sorts of income levels, yeah. That's what we found today. Yeah.
You're going to find a lot of that. You're going to find a lot of that.
That was an odd one, wasn't it?
It was a really good pub, but fair play, they weren't interested in having vloggers in there filming.
It's just that one guy, wasn't it?
I think he was the landlord.
Yeah, I didn't realise until after.
Yeah, he had a word with me in the loo and he said that it wasn't a good idea to film in there, and I'll take my hint and move on, mate. So next one is Blind Beggar, which is the infamous Cray pub that you've already been in. But old Wendell's got to go in, because when you do a touristic journey through Tower Hamlets, then you basically have to go to the Blind Beggar. So let's do it.
It's ropey, mate. It is, honestly. It's so...
Worse than the last pub?
Mate, you'll see. You'll be in for a shock.
Really?
Because everyone said, oh, both the Cray Twins pub, glorified. Went in there, worst one I've ever been in, on my whole channel. Oh, 100%.
So I've watched a lot of Danny's videos. He's been in some ropey pubs. And you're telling me this... I thought it was quite a touristy pub. I thought it's been gentrified. You're telling me that the Blind Beggar, the Cray Twins pub, is the worst one you've been in?
Yeah, honestly, it's like it hasn't been done up since that guy got shot in the head. I'm not joking. The leather seats are torn apart. The ceiling's like painted in like a tacky red sort of thing.
It's a shithole.
Oh mate, it's grim, but it's decent. It's got to be gone.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Blind Beggar next stop. What sells well?
Guinness, Madri, Star Pramen would be, I'd say, our top three.
Is your Guinness good?
Guinness is good, yeah.
I'll have a Guinness. Well, with your accent, mate, I'll take it. Where in Ireland you from?
I wouldn't lie to you. Belfast.
Okay, I was in Belfast 6 or 8 weeks ago. Made a video over there, yeah. I'm hoping in a minute you'll tell me a little bit about the spot where George Cornell was shot and all that. There's nothing wrong with this boozer.
Oh, here we go. Not what you like the ceiling?
I love the ceiling. It's the best thing about the pub.
I told you, what people think might be rough to someone might not be able to...
This is the original ceiling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
You're splitting on that.
What's
You're going to split it?
Split what?
The G?
I'll split the G, mate. Are you doubting my ability to split the G on a Guinness?
See if I give you a load on the phone.
Oh, so there's a big debate in Ireland whenever I go about whether there should be a shamrock in the Guinness or not.
Yeah.
You're a true Irishman and you put one in, so you're on...
So the reason I put it in, I mean, this is a big tourist pub.
Yeah.
You get a lot of like Americans and stuff coming through, and like even like when the Guinness rep was here, and he said to me, they don't want pubs doing like for them because it goes up on Instagram and it can like impact like their brand image and stuff. I was like, come on, like the tourists love it. Like,
oh, the Yanks will love that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got to try and split the G. Can you hold the camera for me, mate, while I try and... should we take odds on whether I can split the G?
How many gulps is it meant to be?
So I've got to be there?
Yeah, you've got to get the black line here.
That's
it depends,
a
man.
of gulps.
3 big gulps or there are 2 big ones and a smaller. Like,
let's go.
Oh, no chance.
No, just under.
Undershot it, mate. That's a fine pint of Guinness, my friend, yeah.
This is the spot.
This is the spot.
Yeah. So if you notice behind you, we've got a ladies' toilet here and we've got a ladies' here.
Yep.
So back in the 60s, one of these was the ladies, one of them was the gents. Where the gents is here was an entrance to the pub. So this is the door that Ronnie Cray came through. George Cornell was sat here, and as he's come in, he shot him 4 times here. If you look behind you, in the picture frame,
yep.
That's the wallpaper that was in the pub in '66.
That's amazing, yeah.
And
that's the bullet hole.
That's where the bullet landed. If you look just over your head,
yeah, there's one there.
There's another one there. That was the warning shot fired as they come in.
So he shot a warning shot first?
The warning shot fired. It wasn't actually Ronnie that fired that, it was a guy that came in with me and Barry. He fired the warning shot.
So Cornell was an old like school friend of Cray, and he ended up going with a different
he was
crew.
Richards and gang, yeah. And they were scrap metal dealers in South London. But your man Cornell, he was like from around here.
Yeah.
Like he's still family and stuff in the area.
Yeah. That's amazing history. So right there, and he would have fell here.
Yeah. I used to have an old photo that was taken shortly after him. Somebody robbed it last week.
Really?
Yeah.
They robbed it from the pub?
Just had like an old, it was like an old laminate photo. It was taken from just back there.
Yeah.
It shows you like the layout of the bar.
Yeah.
They put the blonde here.
Really?
Yeah.
What history, mate? What history? Yeah. How many times a day do you have to do this?
Depends on the week, man. Sometimes it's a dozen, sometimes it's like it could be a couple of 100 times a week, depending on what shifts I'm on.
Cheers. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah. So this is probably why this is worn out so much, because so many people stand here, do this, and that's the actual wallpaper with the bullet hole, with the shot that killed George Cornell from the gun of the Crays. Well, there you go, mate. That's worth the expensive pint price in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose you can't put a price on history.
You can't, mate.
that, guys? But then
The Blind Beggar, mate. You told me it was the worst pub you've been in on Honest Places, and I thought it was a cracking boozer with great Guinness.
Exactly, just shows if you want to go into a pub, don't listen to what anyone says, just go in if you want to go in. Simple as.
I actually find that a lot of the community around here is really nice. To me, I like Tower Hamlets, like, even though, like, as it sounds, but I think a lot of the community around here is nice. It's a lot. I've been in a lot worse.
Good community,
places.
yeah. Okay, yeah. That's interesting because people told me it was a really rough place, but everyone I'm bumping into is not saying that. So yeah. So Danny, we've circumnavigated the length and breadth of Tower Hamlets. My viewers voted, the majority voted that Tower Hamlets was the roughest area in London. What do you think, mate?
I've been to many places in London, but it's definitely not the roughest I've been to personally.
No, I was in Croydon 3 or 4 weeks ago, and you know, many comments said Croydon's not the roughest place, you need to go to Tower Hamlets or here or there. And honestly, Croydon felt probably more intimidating to walk around, get interviews. Many people have been happy to talk to me in Tower Hamlets. We've been to some interesting and some welcoming, some not local pubs, but they still had local character. There's a really multicultural community here, predominantly Muslim, Bangladeshi, but you know, like, that brings a lot of vibrancy to the community as well. So this is a really lively, vibrant part of London, away from the typical tourist trail, and I've enjoyed hanging out with you as well, mate. So if you haven't watched Danny's channel before, it's called Honest Places. He goes to a lot of the more edgy and rough parts of this great nation, or this once great nation that we inhabit. Check it out. It's been good, mate. Maybe we'll do another one in the future.
I hope so, mate.
Yeah, so signing out from London. Thanks for watching. Until next time, folks, take it easy.